Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after childcare coach, having helped tens of thousands of childcare owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello, welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast Training Series. I'm your host, Brian Duprey. Carol sends her regards. So excited to be here with you again for the part 3 of a 4-part leadership series about John Maxwell and his different books that he has. We're sharing a couple different books for you, different tools to help you in leadership and grow your childcare business. We only have one more week left where tickets will be on sale for our Childcare Genius Leverage Financial Conference, and that is September 29th to October 2nd in Riviera Maya, Mexico. So excited. We only have a couple tickets remaining. We're going to close tickets next week. So we'll have one more week to buy them. So you want to get them today, go to childcaregenius.com, select the conference tab, go to the Leverage Conference, and select Buy Your Tickets. And Carol and I would love to hang out by the pool with you. We're so excited to meet you. It's a very safe place to go to, much safer than any American city. Very safe. It's a secure 5-star resort with great security on it, and can't wait to have you there, laying by the beach, sipping by the pool, and at a tax-deductible vacation where you get to hang out for a whole week with Carol and me and my entire team and hundreds of other childcare owners. It's an owners-only conference. So today we're going to talk a little bit about leadership, why it's important to have good leadership in your childcare business. Keep in mind, again, I've said it before, leadership is not something that's taught. You have to learn it yourself as a childcare owner, as a childcare director, and leader in your organization. You have to kind of learn by reading books. And it's not something that is taught in college in most places, except maybe ROTC or military academies. Outside of that, very few places teach leadership. Carol and I are trained military leadership, which is, again, a whole different thing than childcare leadership. So John Maxwell is somebody, as an author, he's the one who taught me how to be a coach, and he is the one who's trained more leaders in leadership than any other person in the world. So I'm using his books. This is week 3. We're going to talk this book a little bit about the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. This is one of my favorites, and there's 21 different laws in here he talks about, and I'm going to give a few of them today, talk a little bit about what they are, and highly recommend you buy this book, read it, give it to your leaders. The 4 books that I'm recommending this month, if you get them, and over the next few months, get your team to read them, your business will be unstoppable. Your culture in your childcare business will improve. Turnover will be less. Profitability will increase, and you'll be like, man, I'm glad I listened to that Childcare Genius podcast and bought those books by John Maxwell. So again, there's 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. I'm going to name some of them, and I'm going to talk about some of them, like the law of the lid. Leadership ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. Yeah, if you're not a good leader, you're not going to be very effective, right? How about the law of influence? A true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. That is, you have to be able to influence somebody else to your ideas. That is the true definition of leadership. You have to influence. It's the ability to influence other people, period. And if you can't influence them, you're not a good leader. How about the law of process? Leadership develops daily, not in a day. It's all a process. Leadership happens a little bit at a time. It is a process. You can't do it in one day. You do it over a long period of time by making gradual changes. The law of navigation. Anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. That is excellent. Anybody can put their hands on the wheel and lead a company. But to chart a course for that company, that takes the leader. Love that. It's a great, great one. How about the law of addition? Leaders add value by serving others. Carol and I consider ourselves servant leaders. It's in our emails. Every email that we send out, it says servant leader. We serve you. We're serving you with this podcast. There's no charge for this. We're giving this as a service. We're servant leaders. We come to you and share our with you. You get on the phone with me. I spill my heart out to you. We're servant leaders. The law of solid ground, trust in the foundation of leadership. How about the law of respect, the law of intuition, the law of magnetism? Ooh, that's a good one. You are who you attract. Have you ever met people that you're just gravitated to them and you just like magnetically attracted to them, not in a romantic way, but you just love to hang around with them, love to talk to them? Uh, uh, it's called magnetism. I'm hoping I have that personality. Like you want to go hang out in a conference with me because I try to want to have that personality that people would want to be around me. But there are people that I'm the same way. John Maxwell is one of them. I could sit and listen to this guy all day. I have a few heroes that I could sit and listen to, and I have magnetically attracted to. Again, not in that kind of way, but I would just love to just sit and talk to them for hours. How about the law of connection? Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Ooh, that's a good one. You can't ask somebody to follow if you're not have a connection with them. Good one. How about the law of the inner circle? A leader's potential is determined by those closest to him. Got to have people you trust. That's your leadership team if you're an owner. The law of empowerment. How about the law of the picture? The law of buy-in. People buy into the leader that has vision. You as the owner of the company are probably a visionary, right? You set the vision course for your childcare company. But have you got your leadership team to buy into your vision? That's the law of the buy-in. The law of the victory, the law of the big mo. Momentum is a leader's best friend. When you're expanding and your childcare business is growing, you've got the mo, right? You want some mo? That's the leadership, the big mo. The law of priorities, the law of sacrifice, the law of timing. When to lead is important as what to do and where to go. Timing is everything. Ever seen those commercials? Timing is everything, right? That's important. Knowing when to expand, when to grow, when to hire, when to fire. Sometimes it is a science getting things right on the timing, but a good leader will be able to time things exactly perfect. What about the law of explosive growth? Oh, I've gone through this a few times in my business. Really, things growing and exploding. Childcare Genius is one of those. We've exploded into an Inc. 5000 company in just 2.5 years and just growing with explosive growth. That's just exciting to me. What about your business? Get that explosive growth in your business. To add growth, leaders lead followers. You got to lead your people who follow you. To multiply, lead leaders. Yes, you got to lead your leaders as the owner. And the last one is the law of legacy. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. Who are you leaving in charge? Who will you leave your business to? Who are the people that are going to be falling behind you? And if something were to happen to you tomorrow, what would happen to your business? That's that law. And you want to make sure you have a succession plan in your business. We'll teach that at our leverage conference in Mexico this fall. So darn excited to share John Maxwell with you. We hope the 21 laws of leadership, the irrefutable laws of leadership, is something that will be on your bookshelf for you to share with your leadership team. But make sure, as an owner, you have to read these books first. Never, ever be the kind of leader that doesn't do what you teach. You have to be the one that sets the example. Don't just say, well, they work with the people more, so they need to read it more. You will never be followed as an owner if you don't lead by example, and lead by example by doing everything you want your team to do. So we hope this helps. We have one more book left in our 4-part series we're going to be covering next Friday. And so I'll be back. Now, this concludes this episode of the Childcare Genius Podcast. Thank you for taking time to join me today. We'll see you next Friday for another episode of the Childcare Genius Podcast. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you won't miss a future episode. And we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.